So a lot of Eastern studios have been very busy because we're seeing a massive wave of new games come in. The latest one to dawn our doorstep is a brand new trailer for something called Project Magnum. There's not many details at the moment apart from the trailer, but so far what we do know is it is a looter shooter, it is in third person mode, it is a mixture between Final Fantasy 15, Destiny, and Warframe. They've also thrown in some Just Cause-like mechanics with a grappling hook, which we'll get onto later. I want to say this before we get going. This game is being developed by Nexon. They are a company who are synonymous with pay-to-win mechanics. They created the massive Maple story. So while the game looks absolutely beautiful, just bear that in mind. Anyway, this game was captured on the PS5. The trailer does look absolutely beautiful. Out of most Eastern studios I've seen lately, the games have just been absolutely gorgeous. They always seem to have this similar sort of aesthetic to them. So I guess I could describe it as diesel punk or diesel magic punk because they always have that similar-ish Final Fantasy vibe. I don't know if there is a word for it, but it's got that similar sort of look to it. This doesn't look to be a Unreal 5 title though. I'm going to take a guess to say that it is Unreal 4 looking at the foliage. The asset packs on Unreal 5 have been used so much and they are so gorgeous they are pretty easy to spot. So I'm going to go with Unreal 4. There is no way though that these guys aren't going for a slice of the Destiny looter shooter pie. The intro literally has a giant spherical ball exactly to the giant monolith thing in Destiny 2. Like the imagery is almost identical, the way it just kind of sits down on this city. And I know a lot of Destiny fans must be screaming this is a complete rip-off at this point. I've already stated this, the game looks absolutely fantastic though, the whole Magicka tech, the guns, the weapons, the enemies. This is one of those games where the world is set up in some dystopian alt-universe future. You look to be fighting some sort of cyborg-esque creatures. In fact, they kind of remind me of the Sentinels from the Matrix, you know, those octopus-style squiddy things, you can see them shooting at the start of the video. They all have big, bright, vibrant colours, which I can really get behind. I like visuals and enemies that kind of really stand out to the eye. In terms of speculation, so far it looks like there are 3 classes so far. So this could just be characters or just armour sets, but I'm going to speculate with sort of archetypes here. The first one is someone who looks like Adam Jensen from the Deus Ex series. He seems to be the main protagonist in this. He's got like a run and gun style, shoot everything with your assault rifle style character. Then there's also a female character who seems to be more like your psyker, use your special abilities techno wizard character. And the third one, which kind of really appealed to me, is this big, heavy, armoured guy who looks like a knight with a massive bazooka. I did also notice that there was a 4th character in there, but it was just another copy of the heavy armoured guy. So maybe they're just grunts, but I'm speculating on the fact that we saw gameplay from the heavy armoured knight dude, that these are indeed individual characters. There does seem to be a magic system in this, like the techno wizard we'll call her, was summoning great big ice shards out of the ground, and they looked really cool. The ice looked very realistic, the spell looked very powerful. In terms of also unique mechanics, there's a grappling system which we touched before. It seems to run like the Just Cause one, except you're just jumping from ledges and using it to kind of traverse around. If I was to speculate and say where they got this idea from, it feels like it may have been pulled from the Monster Hunter series. In terms of weapons and inventory, so again, speculation here, but it seems to be a 2-weapon system, so a lot of the characters had a main cannon and a kind of assault rifle. I did see a few shots where there were 2 heavy weapons on classes as well. So very similar to a lot of ARPG looter shooters we see, it is a primary and a secondary weapon system. I've also noticed that there are some other special abilities as well, kind of going into that whole archetype system. So the big heavy armoured guy had like a big powerful jump, fire fist, energy fist style kind of attack. And again, I'm going to say that this is kind of inspired from Destiny. This game, however, isn't all carbon copies of other series, though. I really do like the kind of style and the world that they've built. All the creatures look absolutely huge in it. I love how big the hulking mechanoids that you're fighting are. There's a real sense of scale. The world that it's in looks absolutely gorgeous. It's real kind of broken down, and you can see all the derelict, and it feels like an open world rather than just a tunnel that you're sat in just progressing through. There's also melee weapons in this. There's only one that I managed to spot, which was a two-handed warhammer used to kind of knock some enemies down. Maybe that's another addition to the whole heavy weapon system that you can use. The armor sets also looked really, really good. So we've already seen the hulking knight set. There's also the very kind of shoulder paddy style armor for the mercenary style characters, but this seems to fit into that Final Fantasy style design that you see from Eastern Studios. Overall, I'm very, very excited for this. My only criticism, my only minor one, is the fact that I didn't really gel all that well with the music, considering how vast and kind of big and boomy the environments were, and also the gun noises sounded a bit meh. They sounded a bit pop gunnish, especially considering like these guns that they're firing are either the size of their torsos or, you know, at least half the size of them. Maybe I'm kind of more expecting these guns to fire mega death music at me when I'm, you know, judging by their scales. Anyway, it's certainly one to check out, and I will keep you all in the loop as I get more details on this one. Anyway, if you haven't seen the trailer, do check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments as usual. I'll be back with more news and bits and pieces on this. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon.